Hello, this is Fat Fine with Skill Dudes. In this first module using Less and SAS, I want to explore CSS and talk about some of the pain points that makes building a style sheet for web development difficult. Let's touch on some of these pain points. We will first talk about the color problem, that how CSS doesn't allow us to have name colors, so that we have to repeat colors throughout the CSS and then do certain places later when their design changes in a fundamental ways. Duplication issue is that they are in a way to create reusable section in CSS to be used in different part of our design. Cascading avalanches is in that where it's difficult to see exactly where a cascaded rule is coming from. We can certainly debug a bug, but very hard by looking at the CSS to make sure we know what rules are going to be applied in what cases. Lack of calculation. CSS doesn't allow us to be some values for arbitrary formulas. And finally, we are going to talk about imports, that how imports, browser cache and other things can make CSS harder to manage in the long term. The nature of cascading style sheet is that they are declarative, which means they are fairly easy to write by hand. In most cases, you are going to be defining the rules for different parts of your web design using the style sheet, setting up rules and values in those rules. Because very easy to fall back and rely editor inheritance, so that you take copy and paste section of CSS in other places just to get the job done. CSS doesn't allow us to create reusable section in a very straightforward way. Duplication leads to error because when we make changes, we can't change it in one place and have those changes propagate to everywhere in the style sheet. Let's take a look at some examples of CSS and see where the pain point really hurts.